I have our crew with you for a long time today. It's a really fun celebration of football as we go around to training camps across the league. We're going live now to Browns camp, I believe. Now, really interesting quarterback battle there. We've heard a lot about Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco. Of course, you've got everything going on with Shedeur Sanders as well, and we'll keep an eye on what Dillon Gabriel is doing too. So I believe we're going to stay here for just a minute. Let me know if that's what we're doing. Chanel, our producer. Okay, we're staying here. So when you look at this quarterback battle, Field, we'll start with you. You got a lot of familiarity with the guys they drafted, and Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Seems like the veterans, though, have a leg up.
Are we going optimist, or are we going sort of like wet blanket?
What do you want to be today?
I want reality. I want reality. I don't want blanket. I don't want real. Give me what you got.
Okay, this is reality. I was talking with Dan before our show started today, and I was noting that, on paper, this 2026 NFL draft class for quarterbacks looks very, very strong. We got strength in numbers, and we've got some real star power at the top. There's a part of me that thinks very strongly that we'll talk about this Browns quarterback battle as much as anything other than maybe Micah Parsons' contract dispute, depending on how long that lasts for the next 4.5, 5 weeks. There's a party that also thinks that maybe the answer to the Browns quarterback situation is none. It's none of the four above, right? It's that they'll patch it together for a year. They have their own first-round pick next year and the Jaguars' first-round pick next year. That maybe the most important takeaway from all this is that if none of them separates themselves, we have our eyes on quarterbacks, a la maybe Arch Manning and Sam Levitt and Lenora Sellers and others who are available, potentially Cade Klubnik from Clemson.
What, Dan?
Okay,
you're looking at something. Somebody looks small.
Gabriel looks small next to Joe Flacco. Now, Joe's 6'5", 6'6", 240. Here's my thing. If the answer's none, you better know that clearly it's neither of those rookies.
Correct. I agree.
And we've been asked this whole offseason, what should be the plan? Joe Flacco, for me, it wouldn't be. I know who Joe is. He's a good player. Joe is going to get us to, if I'm in Cleveland, 8 and 9, and we're not going to be in control of what we do with one of those in totality or those 2 first-round picks next year.
Yep.
I would be doing everything to see if Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders could be a starting quarterback for me to start this year, and then see if we struck gold. Because then we got a real shot for a quick retool next year.
Yep, I agree.
But that's what this year is about. Field is just saying the possibility exists that none of these guys are it. But there also is the possibility that one of the guys is it.
But Shefty, my point is this. We know Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett aren't it. We know that. As far as like the long-term starting quarterback guy, we know that those two guys
Kenny Pickett, and I'm not saying, the chances are you're absolutely right.
Yep.
But what if Kenny Pickett is Baker Mayfield? What if Kenny Pickett is Sam Darnold? What if Kenny Pickett, who was a first-round draft pick, develops, I understand what you're saying. He's bounced around. But there have been other former first-round picks that have bounced around that later on have had something of a resurgence. Sure. The chances are it won't happen. I got it.
Right.
But that's what this year is about. Let's see what he can do for Kevin Stefanski and see if there's any hope to rebound him to the type of talent and potential he has. Okay, he can't do it, no problem.
Right.
We know what Joe Flacco is. You got to find out what the two rookies. You got to get some answers on these quarterbacks, and it could be that none of them are the answers, but that's why it is the most interesting room, in my mind, in the NFL this summer, the Cleveland Browns quarterback room, with those 4 guys. And Deshaun Watson not even mentioned in the conversation.
Right. Yeah. Lewis, the other thing about this is we've heard that Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco kind of splitting first-team reps. We'll keep an eye on today as you're looking at live practice right now, who actually takes the first-team reps. How do you get enough reps for these guys?
You don't.
Right.
That's the problem. See that's where a lot of this it's just flapping your jaws and just talking here when we're saying, well, they got to find out. Quite honestly, you don't have time to find out. In a nice, fair, balanced, organic way, because you're trying to get ready to play the season, right? So there's only so many reps to go around, and it's not like practices are the same way they used to be when I played. I mean, these guys basically practice once a day, okay? And so it's like you don't have enough reps. And see, here's the thing, to me, it feels so much like they've already almost like kind of boxed themselves into the fact that, look, we have so much draft capital a year from now that we don't really, you know what, if it works out, if we struck gold, great. If we don't, that's fine, because you know what, we have all this draft capital next year, and one of those guys next year is bound to be a franchise quarterback. So, hey, it is what it is. And you know what's interesting? Look, the Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders thing, I was just talking about this just the other day on the radio. The front office, having been in this situation for 11 years, you really think that the front office is sitting there going, look, we drafted Dylan in the 3rd, we drafted Shedeur in the 5th. Do you really think they want to see the 5th round kind of like beat out the 1st round guy? I mean, the 3rd round guy? No, hell no, they don't want that to happen because it makes them look bad.
Right.
It's like, well, why didn't you pick them the opposite way? So there's so many biases that they're going to have to work through, and then you don't have a whole lot of reps to go around. This is a much tougher situation than it looks like.
But if Shedeur outplays Dylan Gabriel, then that's the way it is. Like, then the 5 beats out the 3.
True, if he gets enough reps in time to beat out the 3rd round.
It's not like either one is a 1. It's a 5 and a 3 with 2 ones on deck.
Yeah, that sounds great as we're sitting here. That sounds great. He needs enough reps to do that too, though, Adam.
Well,
he needs enough time to do that.
With 4 guys, that's a problem.
Exactly. That's where I'm saying, like, this is not a very easy situation.
With 4 guys practicing and reps kind of being minimal for all of them, it makes you feel like, and maybe this was a misread, Schefter can probably correct me, makes you feel like there's a pretty decent chance that Joe Flacco or maybe Kenny Pickett, those are the 2 likeliest week 1 starters.
Absolutely.
Joe Flacco, he's had a million practices. He's been in this system previously. He's familiar. He's probably the favorite to start in week 1. And then it kind of feels like this. Listen, if they start 4-1 with Joe Flacco, and I don't know how likely that is, he'll keep on playing. But you just work your way through the order, right? Joe Flacco plays, and if you struggle, Kenny Pickett's turn, and just keep going. You know what? Don't you like about that?
The head coach and the general manager got to win, though. Like that seat is not cold, and they know that. They know that, and so and I think highly of both of them.
Yeah.
But they can't go through another season of like.
They've been piecing that together.
If that's the case,
they have the draft capital, and again, when you're talking about the rookie quarterback starting, point I want to make, if you're not a first-round draft pick, how many times have we seen a mid-round pick come on in his rookie year of camp and win a starting job? The times I can remember. Russell Wilson as a 3rd-round pick when he shined in the summer and clearly outplayed Matt Flynn and Charlie Whitehurst and Dak Prescott. Those are the 2 that I remember. Both guys lit it up in the summer. Now, we may see Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders, despite the lack of reps. We may see one of them come out and light it up. But in my mind, that's what it takes when you're a middle-round pick to win a starting job. You have to
leave no doubt.
Clearly outplay your competition.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
All right, so obviously we're going to keep talking about this Browns quarterback situation. It's crazy. They had a really good running back draft. Quinshon Judkins, Dylan Sampson. I like those 2 picks. They still got Myles Garrett. Anyway, we're tabling the Browns momentarily. We've got a lot more to get to.